For those who say we won't see a 3-digit XRP or it's just your fantasy that XRP will reach 3-digit, listen carefully. I wish to say something important, and I will try to go slow and clear because I believe this is really important for you guys, and I need you guys to digest this completely. Along with which I will share some expectations of the market, how it is doing right now, and further details of what we can expect in the near future. And in the fundamental side, I don't know if you remember this or not, but last time when Facebook announced Libra, Ripple, the company, got a lot of calls, and institutions, banks, financial institutions were actually preparing for the launch of Libra, and now Libra is going to be launched by January. That's not that far away, right? It's coming really close to us. So, do you remember which I said before? This Christmas, XRP Santa is going to give you gifts. The XRP holders should be happy that they hold it till here, because the valuation will differ based on the analyst who is proposing this. But in here, you can see 160,000 XRP. And when you go back into XRP and look at the price fluctuation, which you can expect, it's huge because the regulatory environment will soon change to fit in this one. It's going to be much interesting for XRP, as it has a lot of potential to do. Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. You have to understand, in different exchanges, price fluctuation differs. But here in eToro, we just saw that in a 1-hour chart, we broke to the upside. That is not a small thing. And then when you look at different charts in different time frames, you are getting positive vibes. Now that same is being there in Bitcoin. When I was creating this, I was waiting for the price to actually push down towards 16,000, but it just broke to the upside. And at the same time, you need to highlight this thing too. Bitcoin and XRP, if you are comparing between them, you are getting a new champion. And this time, the bull run will bring you that new champion, because there is a lot of things happening. It's not just the speculation side, but the utility side of XRP and XRP Ledger. Then Ripple, the company, what they are doing for the ecosystem, and then the Interledger protocol. We are going to have all of those information discussed here today. So as we move on further, if you see value in this content, please do hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any doubts still here, you can do let me know in the comment section below. Now, let's look at this for now. At first, you can see that now we are not speculating that we will go up here, because we already started that. Right? We made higher high completely 3 times, higher lows completed 3 times. So that kind of gives you an idea that yes, we changed from that bearish continuation towards bullish rally. Now, if you take this one, price fluctuation here based on 2017, and put it here, what you are looking at right now is just that plot. I haven't scaled it. Now, if you connect both the trend line support and resistance here, it kind of fits in well. Remember, I haven't scaled this price fluctuation. It's the same. Now, if you look at the percentage of fluctuation, what you can see is last time it was 6,742% from the all-time highs to new all-time high. And this time, based on what we are looking at, we are not even looking at the 6,700%. We are looking at only 3,400%. You have to understand, we are not saying it's going way higher than last time, which it should actually do based on the fundamentals, which we can see right now. But at the same time, do understand, say at the bottom here, those who bought at the bottom here towards the all-time high, it was around 140,000%. Now, this is not a coincidence that if you look at this from the bottom, which we put in here around 0.11, that area, and plot it till the all-time highs which we are expecting in this scenario, we kind of get almost similar rate of return from the bottom. Now, if you look back in history and say what type of fundamentals led towards that rally and what kind of fundamentals do we have right now. Now, if you still want to neglect these facts and say it will never reach the 3-digit, the XRP will never reach 3-digit, I kind of, with all due respect, I can't actually agree that. Based on all these information, which I can see from the technical analysis point of view and the fundamentals, and when I combine both, for me, it's kind of clear that, I've been stating this in my channel from a long time. If you go back, look at different videos, you can understand I've been always pointing my calculation towards $118, which, I explained here why I was actually pointing towards that from a long time. It's not like 1 month, 2 months. I've been pointing that out from last 6 months to a year. So if you guys got that clearly, you will understand what is happening right now. Central banks, if you look at the fundamental side, central banks may wet their pants, and they don't want to do that. They will just join their hands with the governments and take tough stand to keep the control in their hands. And that means clear regulation, stricter regulation, and move into an infrastructure which can interoperate. Now that leads us towards something new, regulations, Ripple, what they are doing, and Ripple is also taking different stand here. If you look at this, it kind of actually, I was like, okay, Ripple is taking a deep stand in MoneyGram. So they see huge value in MoneyGram. They were already partnered, but right now, if you look at these dates, you'll understand from 2019 November, they are changing. And then when you move into the newer documents and when you see the recent fluctuation there, the accepted documents, which is the changed and amended one here, it's about its statement about the acquisition of beneficial ownership. Now, that was actually highlighted in the Twitter by, I actually forgot the name. So I have actually retweeted the guy who actually sent me that file. So I'm not taking away his, I'm not just leaving the shout out. So I actually saw that from digital perspectives, and then I went in, my own way, and I found something else. So which I'm presenting here. Now, if you look at this, you can see the subject company here for that acquisition is MoneyGram. And when you look at the bottom, you can see that the company which filed that is Ripple Labs. So in this recent update, you can see 2020, November 27th, which is just yesterday. So it is a recent idea which shows you that they are taking a different stand, which is going in. Why? Because unless they have that proper regulatory clarity, the company Ripple sells XRP to financial institutions. So if SEC is going to take a foolish stand compared to the rest of the G10, G20 market, they need a base to stand on. So they are now jumping into an exchange which, do that remittance and use that different currencies. Now they already have partnership with different crypto exchanges. If they combine both, they can actually use much more. They can provide much more value for the customers who are approaching MoneyGram institution for remittance. Now, that is just one side of it, looking at remittance. If you understand this properly, Libra is coming out, central banks want to prepare, stocks, bonds, everything, whatever they can tokenize is being tokenized. And that is where this highlighted by Cryptic Poet is important. Sologenic is doing that. 40,000 stocks, ETFs and commodities are being tokenized on the XRP ledger. Those who trade that, the partners, stakeholders, everyone will be connecting with that. And when they are going to use that, the utility side of this is another route for the utility, not just the payments or, now, yeah, everything ends up in payments, but the use case direction here will be for tokenization. Now you have backend settlements, you have tokenization, you have remittance, a lot of different fronts at which Ripple is at war, where they are conquering the status quo. If you believe that or not, it is happening. Now when it is being highlighted that Bitcoin is going to 100,000 after a healthy pullback, yeah, we can't actually kind of disagree with that. But at the same time, when I go through Bitcoin charts and see how it is doing, yeah, you can't actually completely neglect that and say it's going to go directly up or down. But what is important to understand there is that Bitcoin usually does, like, if you look back in history, you will clearly understand, I'm not making this up, right? The fib 0.38 level or 0.5 level, and mostly 0.5 level is what Bitcoin retraced back to. And if it doesn't do that first time, it does that second time, right? And this is not just one time it's happening, it's all the way through the last bull run. If you look at that, it went, made new highs, it came back towards 0.382 and then went up and came back. So this was like a bull trap there, which went back down to 0.618 here and here towards 0.5. So now with that understanding, if you look at this, you are still at 0.236. Yes, when we say BTC is going up, yes, we agree with that. It should actually go up. But right now, based on what I just highlighted, it may actually go up. Even in the short term, that would be around about 14% towards, say, creating a new high right now for this trend and then dropping back. So that would be a drop back towards the 0.5 fib level. Now that's just my expectations based on what it has done in the past. And right now, if we look at this, I was actually initially thinking it's going to break to the downside based on the pattern here. But right now, what you are seeing is when we were consolidating here, we already got that bullish divergence here and then we broke here. Now, yes, the 50-day moving average is acting as a resistance on the 1-hour chart, but still, I believe that it should move up before dropping back. So if that is the scenario there, it can also affect other assets. XRP also broke to the upside when the same happened on the same time frame, say 1 hour on BTC. So we still have some follow-up being happening within different assets. But do understand, this bull run is going to make us way decoupled from BTC. Now, why would I say that with so much of confidence? The utility side of it is going to be rocketing soon. And yes, we kind of give you guys all these updates pointing out that this is happening with the price. And whenever I see something, yeah, may not be completely clear, because say if I see that and I instantly want to inform you guys, I want to go to take the screenshot, then edit it and look. I'll just take a shot in my mobile and send it to you, say describing that this is happening. Look at the price now. So you can open your chart and look at it. So that's why we have a rush in Patreon. Majority of guys are actually joining and they are finding value. So this will be just a couple of SI talk here, the SI family. Before we continue with the rest of information, I would like to highlight the current price tier which I have kept in Patreon was just $5, $10 and $25. But right now there's a lot of people pouring in, and the information which I have to provide to them is increasing on a regular basis. So the price would actually go up. For those who have already joined, the price will stay the same and they'll get the same benefits which they were being offered. But those who will be coming after I change that, they'll have to look at the new tier and the benefits which they will receive based on that. But yes, I won't be changing that soon because I'm trying to manage my time. I'm trying to wake up 1 hour early just to manage this, sleep late 1 hour late just to manage this, find a lunch break 1 hour and manage this. I'm trying to find as much as time and provide you guys with more value. So time is money, right? You know that. Being a professional researcher, doing my PhD and other stuff, I believe my time is important, and I believe those guys who are my patrons right now are happy with what they are receiving. Even from say any tier you are. If you are in a basic tier, you will be getting all these charts which I post in the Patreon feed. Then the next tier you'll get Telegram channel. You can move upwards, then you can have a personal conversation with me, you can chat with me. Then the premium tier will also have different options. Say for some of them, even for intermediate tier, I have given access towards Telegram group as well in the initial stage, but from now on it would be changing, because a lot of guys are posting different ideas, charts, setups and all in the group too. So that's a lot of value. So that would be changed into the premium status, in which you can have a conversation whenever you want. Almost every time you message it, you ask your question, and whenever I see, I'll respond. Whichever asset you have, I respond. So now, yep, that's it. We can jump back into the contents which we are interested for the today's topic, which is why we should go high. Michael sent me this one. I wonder if Libra is coming out in January, then what will happen? And this is the same thing which I showed you here, just a different perspective laid out by Michael. And that is what the same will be running around in various investors. So you have to understand, one is in December we are going to have spark distribution. So it's not just spark. After the spark, once you have the spark, there will be another airdrop for the Flare Finance. So it's not just collect the spark, sell it, take the money, put it back into XRP. Most will be actually waiting for that. So that fluctuation will be there along with all these changes. Now, this is just to understand, when I say ripples, most guys get confused. I'm talking about XRP itself. I've been saying this from last 1 year. XRP means ripples. X stands for, it's not just to state that it's a non-national currency. It's not issued by any government or a country. And RP stands for ripples. But there've been guys who are just highlighting something else, whichever they want in their own mind, which whenever it comes like that. But here in the Scientific Investors channel, I used to educate you guys based on the facts and present it like that. And we are not, just the XRP maximalists who are blind towards other network and their progress. In the Patreon group, I've shared charts for Quant, XDC, depending upon your portfolio. If you are interested in that, if you want to invest in that, what are the positions we have where we take profits, what we are looking at, right? And then for your portfolio, based on your risk tolerance, we give you the options. If you want to buy here, you can buy here. That would be the target. So why are we looking at that? Because Quant with the over ledger is doing really well right now. They're having a lot of partnership. They are moving with that interoperability layer. So when you look at the world of new finance, the interoperability layer can be the over ledger and the interledger. Now the interledger is from Ripple and the over ledger from Quant. But for me and my perspective, I feel more like Interledger will be the international financial system, and mostly the Quant's overledger would be domestic tier, say within Europe. Now, when Europe is considered and compared it to the outside, when it's moving out, it would be using another layer of interoperability and infrastructure, which would be Interledger protocol from Ripple. Now, when we say that, you have to understand that peer-to-peer payment, the business-to-business payment, all different types of payments have a lot to change, because each and every country have different regulations, and right now you can see there is a lot happening. Now, if you come into this one from SEC, you can see SEC proposes amendments to modernize framework for securities offering and sales to workers. Now, you have to think SEC is working on different things, securities, blah, 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 everything, but we don't have a clarity for XRP. Now, I actually saw one GIF yesterday say Brad is talking to Pomp, and like Brad asked Pomp one question and Pomp just says no, and Brad was like, what? And personally, if you look at this from that government, Chinese government, they have, it's an authoritarian country, they have the control, they can do whatever they want. And if you believe they won't do that, you are just fooling yourself, and it's completely up to you whether you want to fool yourself when the world is waking up to Facebook. Now, why am I giving so much importance for this? Facebook has around 3 billion people inside that network. The world only have 7.7. You have to understand that. So majority are already using that. But yes, they have a privacy issue. So how many of them will give that financial information to Facebook is still doubtable. Because when you have decentralized networks, you can use XRP Ledger to transfer instantly with zero to no cost. Why would you actually go to Facebook where you already have a privacy issue? But that's my thought. But I don't think everyone would be thinking about the same, because if you are, you won't be still posting, all the information of yours into that social media. Now, yeah, you can filter out and say which information I'll put in, which I won't, right? If you are cautious, then that's cool. But still, when you come in and look at this as an investor, you can see one thing. If you see value or not, others definitely see value. And that's where we can look forward towards this type of a price fluctuation in XRP. Now, that's on a really longer time frame, right? Because if you just go back and look at what the time frame would be to reach that, it's like mid 2021, late 2021. Now, yes, I haven't scaled this fluctuation here based on the current fundamentals or the change in the bull market here, because the total days consumed to travel from here to here, say, to be precise, I'll do that in front of you. Say we are going back and just counting what we really want to. Say number of days, which is one of the important questions majority actually ask, right? Because it's really important for you, me, and everyone to see when we started that bull market. Say, for example, we started it here and where we started the next one. So it's 1,344 days. Now, if we go back and find the bottom of this cycle and plot it before the start of this one, you can say it's somewhere close to 1,300. So that's 1,300 there and 1,350. So that's not a huge difference in two markets. It's not repeating itself. It's rhyming itself clearly. Okay. Here you didn't have much of an adoption, much of a publicity and all. Here you were getting that, but the price was really, if you look at the BB, you can actually see that in Bollinger Bands, that was so much getting squeezed and it was really sure that it's going to pop. And look at the BB here. Okay, if you want to plot that here, I don't know how many of you are interested in Bollinger Bands, but I use BB to get that clarity. Say for here on a weekly, you could clearly see that it was being, from this fluctuation, it was being reduced and it popped. Now, if you come back here, you can see the fluctuation here. Compare it, if we were getting squeezed, and from here, the price started to push the Bollinger Bands so that it have more width to travel. And here, the price says, okay, the width you given me is not enough, I'm going parabolic. So that is the point where you have to look at what the volume is doing. Look at the history. You can learn a lot of things, and that's why we kind of give you all the information related to that. Now, jumping back into a closer perspective for XRP on a daily. Now, say you go back, you push in, where is the BB? I just want to close it. Okay. If you're looking at this, you can clearly see that we came back 40% and we touched this previous resistance, which is right now acting as a support, which is actually good news for those who are looking to buy the dip. Because right now, when we say that, you will neglect this. Now go back to a video where I say at least 2 months back, earlier August, September, or even in October, I was stating my perspective about what the price is going to do. Because I see there is a lot of new guys coming into the channel, and if you are not sure about what we were talking here, you can go back and see we were calling this out. We were saying this is going to happen. This shoulder here, looking at, this is one shoulder, head and shoulder pattern, inverse head and shoulder pattern, we were calling this out and it popped as we said. Now, yes, the time frame is different, 1 or 2 weeks here and there, but you get the same fluctuations, and that's why we have a lot of patrons coming in and reaping those benefits. Because it's not only about those perspectives, I actually give them this kind of clarity. When this happens, if they are at work or wherever they are busy and I see this, I just inform them, guys, this is happening. If you want to buy, that's the breakout. Look at the retest, buy it there. Now that's completely up to them what they do. I just give the information which they need to properly digest and take a educated guess and do the trade. If they are trading on a short to medium term, I don't say to trade short term. You can put it as a short to medium term trade, and if it goes well, too much well, which, some of my friends call me and say, like, buddy, you told to hold 6 months, but I'm already 200% in profit and my portfolio is like a huge amount. So my capital is more than double. So 150%, 200% of profit is really huge for me. Can I take it out? I told, come on, buddy. If you are happy with the profit, just take it out and reinvest small amount from your capital or the total capital which you have right now. So that's the case. Even if you are investing for a medium term and the price just goes parabolic, I call out, if you remember, I called out here around 0.7778 that take the profit, because I'm not short XRP. I'm completely a bull for XRP. But when the price goes parabolic, you have to understand the market psychology is getting so much excited and there would be a lot of correction. And I told you guys that we would be coming around 0.535, which is kind of say here where the price closed. Yeah, I agree. I couldn't actually completely highlight it to you guys that it would wick down till here, which I personally didn't thought it would happen. So I also say to you guys, don't trade leveraged. It kicks your stop loss, you lose your money. And that's why I tell you, if you look at some point like this and the price goes even lower, it's an opportunity for you to look at more buying position, which I personally do. And I highlight my patrons that I open this much position, they 10, 20 positions at this rate. I close these with these kind of benefits. I close these different assets and all, and they understand what I'm clearly highlighting here. So with these all being said, if you look back at the price, do you really believe this will happen? I personally do. If you don't, I respect your opinion. You can let me know what you personally think in the comment section below. I hope you guys received value for your time. I know it's a little bit lengthy from usual video, 2 or 3 minutes, but I'm sorry about that, and I believe you got the value. And if you did, please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.